Thank you very much. I think about Sun Paper, and it's interesting whenever Sun Paper's committed to make a $1 billion investment in Clark County. It's a lot of money. An opportunity not only to lead in agriculture in Arkansas, to be a leader in industry, and we're bringing industry to our state, a leader in retail because of Walmart, Dillard's, all of our great retail stores. All of this makes us a balanced economy. And with tourism as our #2 industry, and one of those challenges is the continued concern about the county jail backup that started out it was at a high point, I think, of 2,600, and we got it back down to about 900 in terms of the statewide backup, and now you're seeing it edge back up, which is a concern to me, and it's a concern that's been expressed by your Association of County Leaders. And so we've got to address that. Right now, we're waiting a final report from the Council of State Governments that's looking at why Arkansas really has not reversed its trend of increasing prison population in this state. Are we incarcerating the right people? Can we make improvements? What can we do to make sure that we keep the right people incarcerated that pose a risk to our society, have adequate punishment, but at the same time does not bankrupt our state in terms of excessive and unnecessary costs and incarceration? And so we're waiting for that report, and I want to applaud again your leadership, because we've had a meeting, we've discussed different elements of that report. I think we can work together on trying to come up with solutions that will help solve the prison overcrowding problem that we have in our state.
And as one argument against legalization is simply the message that it sends to our young people. Not that we're going to lock you up forever, not that you're going to destroy your life, but it is illegal. It is.
We're here today with ASA Hutchinson, who is a Republican candidate for governor of Arkansas. And we're just going to be talking for a few minutes. First of all, welcome to Magnolia.
Good to be back.
The final question, I'm sure you have some opinion about marijuana in your former position with the DEA. What is your feeling about the current petition drive that's going on to put medical marijuana on the ballot in Arkansas?
Well, you have to have some compassion, certainly, for anyone who has an extreme medical condition, is filled with pain, and they're looking for relief. But historically in Arkansas, we have determined what is best medicine through what the medical profession, the American Medical Society, and the FDA, the government agencies, determined is good and effective medicine. Thus far, they have not determined that about smoking marijuana. They do have Marinol, which is a synthetic product that can be used, a doctor can prescribe, that has the THC content. I fully support that. But that right now is our marijuana substitute that is medicine for those that are in need. The ballot initiative takes it away from the medical community and just says the voters are going to vote on it. While that's a prerogative of our democracy, I don't think the concept of smoking marijuana as medicine has been proved by our medical community, and until that happens, I don't support that.
And then the 6th and 7th proposal are the two marijuana proposals. Let me give you a little bit of history here. In 2012, Arkansans for Compassionate Care was behind a similar proposal for medical marijuana, or a cannabis ballot initiative. And in 2012, that proposal was narrowly defeated 49% to 51%. That is about as close as you can get. In other words, it almost passed. And so, you know, the general thinking is that, well, with that kind of momentum in 2012, with what's happened in some other states, these initiatives are likely to pass this year. And I'll concede you've got a historical argument for it. But leadership makes a difference on these issues. When I became head of the Drug Enforcement Administration, I worked with John Walters, who was the drug czar in the Bush administration, and we decided to take on some state initiatives in about 4 or 5 different states, and all the initiatives for 10 years had been passing. But we got out there and we explained some of the challenges on these legalization efforts, and 4 out of 5 were defeated. And so leadership can make a difference. And so I want you all to look at these and make a conscious decision and provide leadership to those that listen to you. I've asked my Surgeon General, Dr. Greg Bledsoe, as a physician, to lead the effort in opposition to these 2 marijuana proposals. And the reason is that this is more than dealing with medicine. This is dealing with really almost the recreational use of marijuana across this state. No one wants to deny appropriate medical care for someone in need, but physicians make that determination. The American Medical Society has not determined that smoking marijuana has the beneficial effects, but yet we're going to be allowing it by a ballot initiative. That's not a good way to determine what's good medicine. But also, it would, and the 2 proposals vary a little bit. The medical marijuana amendment places regulatory and enforcement authority in 3 different departments of state government: Arkansas Department of Health, Alcoholic Beverage Control, and a new commission, the Medical Marijuana Commission. The Cannabis Act puts all the regulatory authority within the Department of Health. It is going to be a consuming, and as someone said, nightmarish enterprise to pass the laws, to regulate this, and for our state not to be consumed by it. One of the big debates is, if you're going to have a medical marijuana initiative, what's the source of supply? Because you remember, under federal law, it's still illegal. And they've winked right now for Colorado, but maybe they'll stop winking someday. The medical amendment of 2016 only allows licensed dispensaries that are licensed by the Department of Health to dispense the marijuana. The other initiative allows qualified patients to grow their own if they're 20 miles from a cannabis care center. And so you can imagine the enforcement issues, the regulatory issues that are involved in this. And I do not see any tax boon to the state. I see more of a tax drain to the state. I will be opposing these 2 marijuana initiatives. Because you remember, under federal law, it's still illegal. And they've winked right now for Colorado, but maybe they'll stop winking someday.
Help end the madness on the plant. Under Federal Code Title 21, the Controlled Substance Law, only cannabis sativa L is listed. The other 2 medicine plants are not. Please get active and involved in changing the law for those that are no longer here, for their families, and for those that won't be here if we do nothing. Remember, if you do nothing, nothing will be done. Thank you for seeing this, and please get involved. Lives depend on it.